John Madden. John Madden. John Madden. John Madden. Alrighty. It's time to stream. OBS is saying I have one concurrent viewer, whereas my iPad says I have two. But to reiterate, this is going to be like an offline thing mainly. That's where I feel like the views are going to come from. Enough. Turn on the jazz. I forgot to unmute my desktop. I got some texts. From whomst? Oh shit. I'm gonna play as much as I can. Welcome to the stream. So this is building a skyscraper by hand on Minecraft. Part 2 of who knows how many. Part 1. Let's see where we got. It's a creative flat world. I think this is Minecraft Bedrock. It's raining. Speaking of which, let's fix the audio. I feel like the jazz is a little loud. Let me turn it off. Or not turn it off, turn it down. There we go. That's cozy. Turn the sound down to 50 in Minecraft. This is where we left off last episode, last live stream. Pandas are still everywhere. Kind of have this base mapped out. Got the core as well, but I'm not sure. I think I want to get rid of this. I will have to step out in a second. I have a friend coming over, but in the meantime, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna fill in this wall. So there's gonna be 3 points of entry for the core, and this is smooth quartz block, by the way. So yeah, there'll be the side entrance and then the 2 main entrances. That I'm not a big fan of how they kind of get blocked by the cores jutting out, but It's whatever. Hello. Is there a weather? Let's turn the rain off. Cute. That's kind of annoying. Gotta love the pandas. And so this is clearly the lobby, but I want the lobby to be at least 2 levels, but I want there to be kind of like a like promenade, which I'm trying to figure out how to do. I think this side and this side. And then, actually, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Clear these out. I'm gonna extend this wall 4. Then I'm gonna add quartz. Oops. Or not quartz, diorite. Kind of make stairs leading up to the second level. Oops. I guess it doesn't really matter what I use here, but at the very least want to keep it consistent. Cool. So we got stairs there. And I'm gonna kind of follow these, because these are like supports. So even if I'm getting rid of them, I want to pretend like they're still there. If that makes sense. That was spooky. Something like that. So it's kind of what we got. Gonna do the same thing on this side. This is where the cloning tool would be nice, but like I said, this is for my suffering. Going to do this all by hand. Build that up like so. Kind of like the classic let's build a so-and-so videos that I have on my channel and stop doing because mainly the burnout, but that'd be fun to kind of revisit it. See how rusty I am after years of kind of not really playing Minecraft at all, doing other things. Oh, perfect. I was kind of worried if the stairs would kind of overlap with this entryway, but it kind of worked out perfect. Yeah, and then this ends here. I kind of like this. Oops, didn't put anything. And do intend to reach the height limit with this thing, so it's not like it's going to be a small build by any means. It's going to be a mega build. Oh my god. Episode 1 I spawned a bunch of pandas. Kind of want to see where they end up by the end of this. Okay, so now how do I want to continue? What I should do is build this like that, and then kind of keep this motif, I guess, kind of running throughout the building design. And that is polished tough wall, something like that. Although I'm not a fan of how that interacts with that. What I can do, I can do this. A lot of this is trial and error. I think that looks okay. Don't have to worry about it on that side. That looks fine still. But I do want to, oh my god. I think there's a way to turn the weather off, but I'm too lazy to figure that out. Hey, good to see you again. Yo, what's up, John Lasger? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Good to see you. Welcome to part 2 of the stream. Kind of picking up where I left off. Until I go crazy or my friends join the Discord and we end up playing R.E.P.O or Civ 6. I also have a partner coming over, in which case I might dip off a little early, but we'll see. I'm gonna try and stream when I can, just to kind of get in the habit of it, because I do enjoy it quite a bit. But life's been busy, so I haven't been able to do it too much. So now it's a question of, you know what I could do? I think this would look pretty cool. Three. Kind of make this where the atrium is. Something like that. And then you can kind of build this one like so. Kind of like that. The only problem is I need to get back into building stuffs again. Been doing medieval things recently. Oh, sick. I was never big on medieval builds, even though I feel like this game is pretty geared towards it. Like, I don't know. But that's cool. I do like a lot of the Like, I know a lot of people do like Game of Thrones builds or like Lord of the Rings builds, and they always look really impressive. I like the challenge of trying to make a game that is like definitely, it's not set in a time period, but it definitely kind of leans into the kind of, if not medieval, like kind of fantasy aesthetic. Trying to like bend that to look good with like modern builds and stuff is kind of a fun challenge. It being mainly simple little cubes, so it makes it easy to kind of be successful with the whole minimalist style. I just play a lot of Dark Souls and a lot of Lord of the Rings, so it feels right. Yeah, I feel that. My friends are big into like Dark Souls and Demon Souls, and Elden Ring I think is the new one. I'm dog water at those types of fighting games, so I never really play them, but they look fun. I didn't know there was a Lord of the Rings game out. I know there's like Lord of the Rings Online or something, but is that what you play, or is it another game? You know what, I think I'm gonna leave these spaces to be kind of open. This will be like seating area, I guess. Because what does this building, what is the use of this building? I think it's gonna be like a general mixed use, maybe? Office / residential. So this is the front entrance. I think I'm gonna put like a security, I'll like mark it out for now, but I'll go back and add detail later. But that'll be like security. And then you'll access the core and then be able to walk up to your floor. Oh, you read Lord of the Rings. Nice. That's right. That's right. It is a book. One thing I want to do is also keep atriums here, here, and here, like little ones, at least for the lobby portion. I never read Lord of the Rings, but I did read a little bit of The Hobbit, and I liked it. I wish I was better at reading. I find it hard to concentrate on books sometimes. When I want to decompress and like turn my brain off. Although I guess you don't turn your brain off for reading. But when I decompress, I kind of want to turn my brain off. Hence the Minecraft. So I'm kind of building. This will be the atrium area. It's not going to be a lot, but oops. Oh my god. I don't know if I mess with my mouse's sensitivity, but kind of inaccurate with it. So yeah, this will be open for another floor. The Hobbit is so whimsical compared to the Lord of the Rings. Yeah. I haven't read the book, I haven't read The Lord of the Rings, like I said, but I did hear that that's the case. And I think I heard, like, the lore of it being that J.R.R. Tolkien, wrote The Hobbit as, like, a goodnight story to, like, read to his kids or something. And so it was, like, definitely, yeah, more lighthearted and whimsical, but then, The Lord of the Rings was definitely a darker turn. I don't know if people say it was like kind of an allegory for World War II, but I think J.R.R. Tolkien denied that. So I don't know. Wait, why is this 3 but the other one's 2? I think I know why. Yeah, it's because I filled it in for some reason. Let's not fill it in. Excuse me. I like that. I like atriums for these kind of builds because it's like a whole chunk of floor space that I don't need to like fill in every floor. So I'm gonna utilize them to my advantage. So these will only span the like upper and lower lobby area, but I think the one at the front, this all here, is just gonna be all the way up the building. Or at the very least this area here. Which isn't a lot, but I mean it adds up. You have to fill in every floor with it, you know. I think that's good. Took him 17 years to write the languages, lore, world, and grammar, as well as the books. Pretty deep. Oh yeah, yeah. That's right. And there's the Silmarillion, I think, is like the lore. Kind of the more lore heavy one. Yeah, that's insane. He was definitely invested in the world building, which is really cool. I know what I'm gonna do. This area is gonna be hollow the whole way up the building, but I'm gonna fill in these after the lobby's built. Cap these off. What is your favorite Lord of the Rings book? I know my favorite movie. I think the Two Towers is my favorite. Partly because I have fond memories of seeing it in theaters when it was re-released in like 2012, I think, 2013. Saw it with my friends. It's a read for sure. Yeah, I heard it's kind of dense. There's like 12 issues of the history of Middle Earth, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Then you got all the
Callie.
Yeah.
I think Iris is here.
Oh, is she?
You got a missed phone call from her.
Wait, I do? 1 moment. I got be right back. Should unmute the mic, that would help. I have a friend over. By a friend, I mean my partner's over, so I was expecting them a little later, which is why I started streaming, but it seems like they are here, so I'm gonna play a little bit more. Apologies for the short stream today. The Fellowship of the Ring, it's such an adventure, it's magical. There's still that bit of hope in the air. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Totally. That comes through in the movies. Then by Return of the King, it's like, goddamn. So at the very least, I want to get the first level of the lobby done. And then I'm probably not going to play R.E.P.O or anything after that. Hello. Hey, you're all good. If you need to head out, don't be afraid. Yeah, no. I'll drop it whenever. I'm not afraid to have a 10-minute stream. Although, the thing is, I enjoy streaming. It's interesting that the colors get warm. Jesus. Holy shit, that scared me. I was gonna say is it's funny how the colors kind of get warmer when it rains, and then when I change it to clear, kind of gets cooler. You'd think it would be the opposite or the other way around. Also, if you know the code for just turning off the weather, let me know, because I totally forgot what it is. I keep hearing weird ass noises too. I think the game is starting to see this building as like a cave system. It's starting to meet the criteria of a cave, I guess. There's enough dark spots in it. Okay, I guess in here. I haven't really lit anything yet. That could be why I'm getting weird, spooky noises. Alright, let's see. Something like that. Wait, what are the, huh. I do want to populate the building with villagers. Have it be like a villager trading building or something. A trade center, if you will. Let's see. Oh, wrong building. Or wrong button. Game rule. Do weather cycle. Sweet. Thank you. That'll make things a lot better. Not gonna lie, I probably should have set up the world before I started this, but y'all get to watch me slowly learn the game again. I need to, you reminded me, I need to get Java for, I think I have Java installed for this computer, but I haven't transferred any of my worlds over. I think all my worlds are still on my laptop, which is now like a dedicated TV box in my bedroom, so I'll have to pull those world files off before before that hard drive goes or something. Which it's an SSD, so I'm not too worried about it. I also want to dig up my old MediaFire and like download the worlds I would upload to that if they haven't been like infested with malware. That was a sketchy service. I remember back in like the Xbox 360 days, that's how you would upload your worlds for downloading. Alright, so I'm gonna fill these in. Again, polished diorite is like a great floor material because it looks like marble, especially for lobbies. I think as I go up, I'll change it to something else though. Like maybe white concrete, which kind of has that like cool bluish tint to it. There's been like so many new blocks added, but I still find myself kind of sticking with the old tried and true blocks. Although I will say the like copper is really good for like awnings, and the blackstone and the deep slate are really good for like roof materials. Yeah, like all these are really cool, especially if you're doing like Art Deco or like steampunk stuff. Honey block. I like that. I used so much wool back in the day, but now I can't stand it. Now that concrete's in the game. Good old MediaFire, yeah. Yeah. Good old MediaFire. And then there's like AdFly or something you had to wait for. And then like 10 download buttons would like show up as ads. And if you clicked any of them, it would like download God knows what. Yeah, those were the days. The days of Windows 7. Was it Windows 7? I forget when Windows 10. I think Windows 10 was 2013. I think Windows 8 was like... Windows 8 might have been released by the time I was uploading 360 worlds, but I think it was so unpopular that people just went straight from 7 to 10 and never switched. We're almost done the first floor. Yeah, I miss Windows 7 too. Mainly for nostalgia. I miss Windows XP and I miss Windows 7. That's what my high school had. Our computer class had, it's funny, our computer class had Windows XP, and we would learn BASIC. Like that was like our computers and programming class was like BASIC, and then I think the more advanced class was Python. I did the basic one. I remember goofing off and making like a war games game in BASIC where you would like, It was like kind of like a yes/no text-based war games game. And I don't think it worked. I don't think the logic was really good in it. Wasn't very open-ended for a text-based game. Which apparently you need. And then we had a engineering class that was like all Windows 7 machines, but at least by the time we graduated. And we learned how to use SolidWorks, which I think was like a CAD program for like 3D modeling and stuff. That was fun. Alright, oh my god. Enough rambling. There is the lobby. Or at least level 1 of the lobby. As far as the windows, I think I'm gonna do I'll do black. Kind of to contrast with the oh, even the black kind of looks smoky gray. It's kind of different from what I remember. So look at that. And this is going to be a pain in the butt to fill in. This is like my least favorite thing to do in Minecraft is fill in glass panes, because if you're like off by just a little bit, you kind of have to really lock in. Oh, and I'm realizing I didn't even put in any lighting, which in this case I'm gonna use kind of go-to is sea lantern. Glowstone looks too weird. My go-tos for lighting are end rods and sea lanterns, because they just have that modern look. And if it's like a 2-block hallway or something, you could place 2 end rods kind of pointing at each other, and it kind of makes what looks like a fluorescent light rod, which I quite like. Oh my god. I will never get tired of the pandas doing their thing. Alright, so ooh, what I could do what have I not been using? If you use those, I guess smooth stone I haven't really used much. To keep things uniform, I could just do this. That looks cool. How does that affect? Yeah, no, it lights it just as well. I think I'm going to do that for lighting the spaces. Kind of just keep it with the vertical supports. So do that in here. Same with over here. And this will get our corners covered. So that's good. It's mainly this kind of void, which I think if I go like here, counting 3 blocks out diagonally, 1, 2, 3, that'll keep it in line with this wall as well as this wall, or this set of supports. Kind of keep it. And if that's not enough, I could just count over 3. This building exists on a 3x3 grid. Which makes lighting it uniformly more of an easy task. I think that'll do it as far as lighting goes. Oh, I forgot the core needs to be lit as well, which I'll do, and then I need to figure out the door, how the doorways are gonna look, like the main entranceways. Cool. Actually, do you know what? Let's fill the core. Let's make the core floors a different color. Let's do white concrete. Swap this out for now. There's that kind of cooler tint I was talking about. Almost looks like ice. That'll kind of differentiate. I feel like this game has like a bloom now to it. All the lights feel, all the highlights seem to be kind of cranked up. It's a very bright game now. Kind of miss that kind of dark liminal aesthetic it used to have. Sweet. Now it's time to light it from the inside. This is the center of the core. This is the center of this hallway, so I'll put one there. Same with this. So this is the center of the core, center of the hallway. It's kind of just a game of keeping everything uniform. So that's the center. We can start doing, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Guess you really can't get the center of that, but that looks fine. Now for For the entranceways, I think I'm going to use this. Do something like this. And then I think instead of glass panes, I'm going to do glass blocks just to differentiate it. Looks different in certain lighting situations, and also I like how it looks when it's flush with the quartz. Something like that. Then I'm going to do the same thing here, although I think I'm going to have doors here. I think they're just going to be like this. So scratch that, I'm not going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to kind of have this be closed off. But we'll do this at least. And then there'll be floors or windows on the second floor. Sometimes I see buildings with just kind of like faux windows. Not sure why. This is looking so good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm liking how it's turning out as well. I do feel like I've gotten better since I stopped playing. It's like riding your bike, I guess. You never really learn to stop building, or you never really stop knowing how to build once you learn. And once you take a break, I think your brain kind of loses some of the crystallized habits, and you kind of come back with a fresh perspective. But hey, that's just a theory. Alright, so I am going to put windows on this side. It's going to be another entranceway. And I think oops. Which poses a security risk, I think. So I think the way they'd have it set up, if I middle click, will it? Oh, sweet, okay. So I think we should close this part off, kind of stanchion it off, so that when you walk in, you're kind of forced to go through this area. Which, how do I want to do this? Oh, do you know what? Let's make the security things kind of like that instead of the big bulky thing. And have it just kind of, yeah, like that. And honestly, we only need it on one side here, so I'm going to get rid of this one. kind of rethinking this area. This is like a little security room, I guess you could say. It's kind of hidden. So when you walk in this way, can't go here unless you jump over, in which case security will see you. You'll get tackled. Theoretically. Can't go this way. You have to go through this way. In which case is there a gate? You gonna be fully furnishing the whole thing? I'm gonna be like pseudo furnishing it, I think. Like I'll put kind of like suggestions of furniture. Like, how do I put it? I want to get the building to like the way a building is before like tenants move in, or at least in between when a tenant moves in and when like interior people put in like the basics, if that makes sense. Like I don't know how to describe that, or if that even makes sense, but like, you know how like a finished basement looks? I kind of want to make it look like that, but without any like furniture or anything. That kind of looks stupid. The current question I'm having is, they walk in and I don't want to like completely close this entranceway off of like getting into the rest of the building, but I want it to be so that like security would have to clear them to like, they could like hit a buzzer that opens this and lets them out this way. The question is, how do I make that look good? What kind of fence do we got? Oh, do you know what? Yeah, there we go. That looks good. So now you can access this way if you come in through here, but after like showing your badge to the... So spooky noises again. Alright, that sounds cool. Thank you. Yeah. I think the most furnishing that will happen will be on the lobby levels and probably like the penthouse slash like spire level. Alright. Speaking of, I think, actually, you know what? No. There's one more thing I can do. Put a little hole here. And then do that. Kind of break that doorway up. You're still on your... Did I fill this one too? I did. Okay. Boom, boom. Boom. Cool. Alright, so how long have we been streaming? I don't even know. Doesn't say, does it? Oh, it doesn't tell me. I've been in my Discord call for about an hour, so I'm gonna say it's been about an hour of streaming. I have some guests over, so I think I'm gonna make it a relatively short episode today. Thank you for tuning in, Sean Laskner and anyone else. who is watching. Next live stream, I'm gonna hopefully add a second and possibly third level to this building. And like I said, this building is going to reach the height limit. It's going to be a pretty big mega build. All by hand. It's kind of the gimmick of this whole thing. But yep, as always, this is Colonial Puppet. Gonna end the stream now. Yeah, have a good one. Enjoy your Monday. Enjoy Thanksgiving. It's coming up. And the holidays. And yeah. Peace. Peace out.